Hey guys, so today's video is going to be my February favorites. I'm going to be talking about all the products I was loving in the month of February. I feel like I have a lot of stuff, so I'm just going to jump right in. The first thing I just have to talk about is my Aquarius trio with Colourpop. You guys know I created a lippy stick with Colourpop called Aquarius over a year ago, and we decided to expand the Aquarius range, and we released Aquarius in an ultra matte lip, an ultra satin lip, and an ultra glossy lip. So now you can get Aquarius in all different versions. They are different, they're not exactly the same because that would be a little bit pointless, but they're all like in the same Aquarius family. The one I'm wearing today is actually the ultra satin lip in the shade Aquarius, which is just a hair more peachy. I really love it. This is the one that I've been wearing a lot. Actually, I've been wearing the lip gloss a lot, which is this one, and to me this is literally a lip gloss version of the lippy stick in Aquarius. They're very similar, just obviously this is a lip gloss, and this one in Aquarius 2 is an ultra matte lip, and this one is a little bit more different than these. This one has almost like a mauve-y undertone versus the satin lip that has kind of like a peachy undertone. You can tell in the packaging, but the ultra matte lip is just a little bit dustier. So depending on the undertone and depending on what formula you like best, I think they're all great and I love them. Thank you guys so much for showing me so much support on Aquarius. These are available on the Colourpop website, and you can get them in a trio and save a couple of dollars, or you can buy them individually. But yes, I have totally been wearing Aquarius all month. I'm just gonna go ahead and finish up my lip favorites of the month. This next one is also a nude. It's been a very nude month for me. This is the Bite Beauty High Pigment Lip Pencil in the shade Madeira. I have been loving this shade so much. I feel like the Bite Beauty High Pigment pencils don't get talked about enough. I never really used to use them all that much myself, but when I purchased this one on the Sephora website, I completely fell in love with it. The only thing I don't like about these is they never match the color on the outside. Like, the color doesn't look like this. It's a little bit more pinky. On the outside, this looks like a nude peach, but I would consider this like a very light pinky nude. I was wearing this in my last video when I did that really black smoky eye. This is the lip color I paired with it, and I love this so much. I just really enjoy this formula besides the color, because I really love this color. I have a bunch of other ones, but this color is my favorite. But besides that, the formula is wonderful. It's a mix between a very creamy lipstick with like a little bit of a gloss in there. It's like a very shiny, creamy, delicious nude. It's awesome. Definitely check these out. Even if you don't like this shade, there's a ton of different shades, and I just enjoy these overall. They're really good. Another lip product I've been loving, I haven't really been using these for that long. I've only been using them for about 2 weeks, but I think these are incredible. These are the e.l.f. tinted lip oils. They came out with a few different shades. They sent me these 4. You have Pink Kiss, which is my favorite, Nude Kiss, Coral Kiss, and Red Kiss. I haven't used Coral Kiss and Red Kiss yet. To be honest, I have just been using the crap out of Pink Kiss. I feel like for a while there, a lot of companies were coming out with like tinted oil lip treatments, and I used to really love one from YSL, which was like $30-something, I'm not sure, but these are only $6 and they are so good. They go on the lips with such a beautiful shine. They are sheer, but they're not too sheer. You definitely see the color when you apply it to your lips, but it's something that you don't even need a mirror with. I mean, it's just like a sheer tinted color, and it gives you that shine of a lip gloss, but it's not thick or glossy. It's just like a thin, luminous oil. I don't know how to explain it, but it's awesome. These have apricot vitamin E in them, and they even have jojoba oil in them. I always get tongue-tied saying that. They have jojoba in them. It looks so high-end, right? I feel like this is so above and beyond for e.l.f. They feel heavy. They just feel so high quality. Like, the packaging is awesome. It's definitely the reason I wanted to try this product out in the first place, just because I think the packaging is so nice. The only thing I will say, I haven't used my Nude Kiss one yet because it's broken. Look at that. It's broken. This is Pink Kiss and this is Nude Kiss. It's missing the doe foot applicator at the top. I opened it and it was gone, which sucks because I was so looking forward to this nude one. But I think it has to do with the fact that this feels very, you can see, it feels very flexible, which is nice, don't get me wrong. It makes it like easy to apply because it's nice and flexible. But I have a feeling that this little tip breaks easily because I just opened my nude one and that tip was gone. I did go on the e.l.f. website and I purchased Nude Kiss for myself because I think these are incredible, and I saw that they were back in stock because they were sold out for a little bit. My next favorite is something I feel like I need to talk about because I didn't think these were gonna be that great. These are the Marc Jacobs Highliner Gel Crayons. These just happen to be the matte ones. They have shiny versions and matte versions. I prefer the matte ones, but I think the other ones are good too. I have a feeling that they completely revamped them or changed the formula because I recently got a PR package from Marc Jacobs with all of their eyeliners, and I had seen them in the past before, but I think they updated them. I think they made them better because I never really liked them as much as I do now. I always thought they were just average basic eyeliners, but now I don't know, trying these are really great. They are so pigmented and they glide on like nothing. You just go like this, swoop, and it's on. And in the most pigmented way too. It just glides so effortlessly. Full color. Everybody's eyes are different, and I know that eyeliners work differently for different people, but these last on my waterline the entire day. To me, these are comparable to the Colourpop ones. You know I love my all-time favorite eyeliners, colored liners, are the Colourpop ones. You guys know the NYX Treasury are my favorite black and brown eyeliners. And when it came to color, for me, Colourpop was it. They made the best ones. And these are coming really close. I love them just as much as I love the Colourpop ones, which is saying a lot. The only thing that I feel makes these just a hair better than the Colourpop ones is, okay, have you ever had an eyeliner? Okay, you put on an eyeliner and it's very pigmented on the waterline, it's very bold and it's very beautiful, but when you finish doing the rest of your makeup, it's kind of faded just a little bit, like in a certain spot, because you've been blending so much on the lower lash line, so there might be a little bit of fading. And when you go to apply it again on the waterline, have you ever noticed that a lot of eyeliners, when you go to apply a second layer, it will just take off the eyeliner that was already on your waterline? That happens to me all the time with a ton of different eyeliners. Certain Colourpop ones don't do that to me. I can apply multiple layers, but a lot of them do that for me, which I never really cared about, but these don't do that. You can apply it to your waterline like 80 times. It'll stay bold and beautiful. It's just, these are amazing. I'm wearing this one on my waterline right now. This one is called Fine Wine. It's a really intense reddish berry. I am obsessed with these. I think they are incredible, and yes, they're very pricey. They're high end, and most of the time eyeliners, liquid liners, things like that, I don't think they're worth splurging on, but in my opinion, I love these and I would totally go out and purchase them myself. Okay, so I want to give a shout out to a bronzer I have been using a ton since I got it. No matter what bronzer I use lately, I'll just take this right at the very end and I'll just dust this around the perimeters of my face, and I just love the look it gives me. This is the new Milani Baked Bronzer in the shade Dolce. I have always liked Milani Baked bronzers, but they were never my absolute favorite because a lot of them are very glittery or just too much of a sheen for me. This one is like the perfect mix. It does have some glitter veining throughout it, but when you put your brush in and you tap the brush off, it's almost like the glitter falls off and it doesn't translate to the face, but it still gives you a very soft, like warm glow to the skin, but it's very, very subtle. I love it. I'm wearing this bronzer today. I did put on my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer first, and then I went in with this one and I really just warmed up the skin with this. I love the undertone in this. At first I thought it was gonna be just a little bit too warm for me, but it actually doesn't come off very orange. It just comes off very natural on the skin. I love the formula. I love this new bronzer. I think it's their best baked bronzer yet. Okay, so my next favorite, I was a little bit worried to mention this in today's video, and I'll go into detail why in a second, but this is the Nars Soft Matte Complete Concealer in the shade Vanilla. I have been using this concealer so much since I got it, and I love this. The reason I was a little bit nervous to mention it in a video today is because I actually have a video going up tomorrow, surprise, in collaboration with Nars. It is a video sponsored by Nars. You guys know I'm so open about my sponsorships with you. I don't do them often. I do them maybe like once a month, if that, and I'm very open about them. I always tell you when a video is sponsored. And when Nars sent me this concealer, they mentioned that they wanted to do, you know, a sponsored video with it. And when I read the bottom and I was like, soft matte concealer, yeah, I'm probably not gonna like that. I always test a product out for at least a week before I do any kind of sponsorship, and I was just blown away when I was testing this out. It's definitely not the concealer I I thought it would be. Usually pot concealers like this are very drying and very matte, except my Glossier one. That one is in a pot and that one's actually extremely dewy. But most pot concealers don't work for me. They're usually just too thick. That's what it is. They're just too thick. This surprisingly is not thick. It's so lightweight and just goes on the skin so naturally, but it covers up so much. This is a full coverage concealer and it just works. I love it because I use this on blemishes, but I also use this underneath my eyes. It's beautiful underneath the eyes. I'm wearing it today and it just covers up my dark circles without looking thick, cakey, heavy. It's beautiful. I don't want to talk about it too much because there is a video going up tomorrow, but just know that I'm not just saying that this video is not sponsored by Nars. They have no idea I'm even mentioning it in this video today. I've been using it the majority of the month. It's really, really good. Okay, so let's talk about some highlights that I have been loving since I got them. These are the Pixi and Aspyn Ovard glowy powders. These are two highlights created by Aspyn. She's a YouTuber and she collabs with Pixi and I'm obsessed with these. I want Pixi to release a million glowy powders and I love these shades. I have been wearing Santorini Sunset the most. When I got it in the mail, I thought this one was gonna be my all-time favorite for sure. This one in London Lustre, because these highlights are typically what I go for, the light champagne colors, but Santorini Sunset has been my favorite. It's like a gold, but like a champagne gold, a little bit peachy. This is the highlight I'm wearing on my cheeks today. It's not glittery, it's not chunky. It doesn't look ridiculous on the face. It just looks really natural and beautiful. And I definitely think you should check these out because I've just been loving these so much. Okay, so my next favorite is something that I have just fallen in love with. This is the Laura Mercier Color Powder for Cheeks and Eyes in the shade Windflush. I don't know what the front of this says. Joie de vivir. I don't know how to read that. That's not English or Spanish, so I don't know. But basically this is the most beautiful blush. I purchased this like 2 months ago off of the Nordstrom website. As soon as I saw the color online, I knew it's something that I was gonna love. It's a beautiful light rosy pink with a peach undertone. It's stunning. This is the blush I'm wearing on my cheeks right now. I love this color and I love that it's so buildable. It's not extremely pigmented right off the bat. It's a color that you do have to build up, but I love that about it because you can never really mess up with this blush. I've gone in with such a heavy hand and still gotten a really beautiful flush to the cheeks. I just love it and I know I'm gonna love it even more in the springtime. It's such a beautiful spring blush, but even in the summer as well. I'm gonna use the crap out of this. I just know. I hope it's not limited edition even though it probably is. I have been loving it so much. Another blush I want to give a huge shout out to because I have been using this one as well. This is the Milani Powder Blush in the shade Warm Petals. It's one of their flower blushes, which I have a few and I was never really blown away by them. I love them and I still use them, but the color selection was always kind of boring to me until they released this one. I think this is a new one and it's stunning. It's a really pretty bronze and if you look closely, there are tiny little gold shimmers throughout this entire blush that just gives your cheeks a really pretty bronze glow. I love that it's a nude, just a beautiful bronzy nude. This is gonna look so pretty in the summertime. I cannot wait. Okay, so in February, I was really wearing a ton of different foundations, but when I think of the foundations that I wore the most or that I was really trying out the most, these two come to mind. The first one being this guy right here. This is the Giorgio Armani Power Fabric Longwear High Cover Foundation. This is definitely a splurge foundation. I don't have that many luxury foundations just because I feel like a lot of the luxury foundations I've tried in the past do not live up to their claim. I never thought they were worth the money. You guys know that I don't really like the Luminous Silk foundation, which is odd because I have dry skin, but it just breaks down way too easily on my skin. This one, I really love, and I thought it was gonna be the exact opposite because anything that says high coverage and long wearing usually is cakey, it's thick, it's for oily skin, but this, in my opinion, I feel like can cater to almost every skin type. I think if you have like super intense dry skin, you might not like this, but I have dry skin and I find that this performs really well. It has full coverage, but it's not cakey on my skin. It doesn't really collect on my dry skin. My problem areas are right here, like my T-zone. Everybody has an oily T-zone. I have the driest T-zone in the world. I don't know what it is, but right here, and around my mouth, oh my god, I'm like so dry in those areas, and I feel like this doesn't really emphasize that. Granted, the primer I have been using with this foundation is the Becca First Light Priming Filter. I mentioned that in my last month's favorite. Still my favorite primer at the moment. I have been wearing it non-stop. It's so hydrating. So I put that on before I put this on, and I feel like that makes a really big difference. And it lasts a really long time on my skin. I noticed that at the end of the day, my makeup hasn't faded that much. It stays in place. I know it's incredibly pricey, but if you are willing to splurge, if you're someone who's into luxury makeup, I know a lot of people aren't, but if you're someone who is, I think this is a really great one. It's also great to mix with other foundations. It's actually the foundation I'm wearing on my face right now mixed with the other foundation that I'm going to be talking about. But anyway, I'm in the shade 4.5, and I know that I'm going to use this a lot in the summer because in Miami, it's hot. So yeah, I really love this. I also wouldn't say it's like a very matte finish. I think it has more of a satin finish. It's not matte, like matte. And the other foundation I have really been liking is the number 7 Lift and Luminate foundation. I haven't even worn this in a video yet. This has been the foundation that I've been wearing off camera a lot. I've been testing it out all month. I purchased this at my local Walgreens, and this foundation is beautiful. It's almost the exact opposite of the Armani foundation. This one is very glowy, very luminous. It's so healthy looking. It's beautiful on the skin. I'm in the shade Warm Ivory, and I feel like this color matches me perfectly. It has SPF 15, and it says it's supposed to firm the skin. Firmer, even skin with a youthful glow, visibly firms, lifts, and brightens for a more luminous complexion. I don't really notice any firming. It's not something I can tell. If you have more mature skin, maybe that's something you'll notice, but for me, I don't really notice that. But what it does give me is a beautiful complexion. There's something about it that just looks so natural. It almost makes my skin look plump. It just makes my skin look healthy, beautiful, radiant, but in a natural way. It's not like overly dewy. It's not like wet. Your skin doesn't look shiny at all. It's not like slippy or that dewy. It's just a natural glow. It has enough coverage. I would say it has light to medium coverage. It's hypoallergenic, and I have been loving this so much. I mixed these two, and that's the combination that's on my face right now, and I love it. A couple more things to talk about. I know this video is a million years long. I wanted to give a shout out to these Ardell Falsies. These are the 113. These are the lashes I'm wearing on my eyes today, and these are the lashes I've been using non-stop. I recently purchased some faux mink lashes from Ardell that I have been testing out, and they're really good too, and also from Kiss. The brand Kiss recently came out with faux mink lashes that look really nice and really promising. I purchased a ton also. But for the most part, in February and even before that, I have just really been enjoying the 113 lashes from Ardell. I love that they go from short to long, kind of like their demi wispies, but they're even longer than that. They're a little bit flirtier. It really just gives you that like elongated cat eye look, but I think it gives you a beautiful eye shape. I really love these. Side note, I did not film a tutorial on this look or anything. I just sat down and started playing around with like my pinky reddish eyeshadows, and I wanted to do a video on it, but then I thought, Kathleen, you have 100 warm cranberry looks on your channel and nobody's gonna want to see it, so I didn't film it. Okay, 2 more products and then we are done. I have to give a shout out to Das Esspensive. I released a limited edition birthday nail polish for my birthday, which is this guy right here called Das Esspensive, and it's the nail polish I'm wearing on my nails. It's the nail polish I've been wearing for like 2 months. If you look back on all my recent videos, this is the nail polish I've been wearing. I love it. It's still available, but we are almost completely sold out, which is crazy to me. Thank you so much for the constant love and support that you've been showing KO Polish. It's so much harder than I thought it would be to start a brand. A lot of steps go into this, and thank you so much for showing love and for saying such sweet things about the formula and just for saying such sweet things about the brand overall. It makes me feel so happy and just so proud, and I hope you guys are proud of KO Polish too, and I can't wait to see what it becomes. Thank you guys for leaving such beautiful comments. So I have been loving this nail polish. It's what I've been wearing non-stop. It's a really opaque glitter, has kind of like a champagne undertone. It's a little silver, a little gold, but it has these tiny little rainbow flecks all throughout it, and I will link it below where I put like what I'm wearing and stuff. I will link this nail polish below in case you're interested. I cannot wait for you guys to see the spring collection. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait. And then my last favorite is actually a skincare product. This is an eye cream. This is from the brand Youth to the People. I have never heard of this brand before, but I just recently discovered it on the Sephora website. I have been using this for about 2 weeks now, and I love this. This is the Age Prevention Superfood Eye Cream. It has kale, aloe, I love aloe, sunflower oil, and tripeptide 5. I don't know what that means, but I have been using this eye cream ever every other night before bed. My favorite holy grail eye cream is the Kiehl's Midnight Recovery Eye. I've spoken about that in the past. I still use it. That eye cream to me is top of the line. You see a difference. It like really helps my under eyes. It's amazing, but this, I have been using it for just pure hydration and it's incredible. I wake up the next day with my bags feeling kind of like plump almost. They feel so smooth and just so nourished. I don't know, it's amazing. Makeup and concealer just goes so nicely on top of it because my under eyes just feel so incredibly hydrated now that I've been using this. If you have dry under eyes like I do, then I would definitely recommend this eye cream to you. I don't know if you would like this if you have like super oily skin, but for me who has very dehydrated skin, this has been really helping my under eyes. So yeah. That completes this video, guys. These are products that I was really loving in the month of February. Leave me a comment down below what your favorite product in February was. What was your holy grail makeup item? Leave it down below and maybe if I haven't checked it out, I will. But yeah, that completes this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Is going to be my February. Just got saliva all up in. They feel heavy. They just... almost every skin tone skin type for about 2 weeks now. Rainbow flecks all throughout it.